capable of hearing us, and we are live. Wel-
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Welcome to yet another mildly chaotic episode of Journey into Undermountain. Last we left off, these kids decided to fight a giant trapdoor spider, which they successfully slayed, revealing a purple glowing cave behind. As we also left off, we are missing a party member, but gained a recent party member. Did you do a good description for yourself when you started, or do you want to redo that real quick just to remind us?
I mean, a reminder is probably helpful. Nurgin the Mad is a very large, very tall bugbear. He is wearing quite bright colours of like blues, purples, and greens. He's got an air of kind of. He looks like he's wandering through an enchanted forest. I think that's the best description I can have of his kind of general demeanor. He looks like he's out for a stroll in the park, even though he's in a very dangerous dungeon. Um, he's got a large book, kind of strapped to one hip, and a even larger glaive in his hands.
All right. Well, with your new compatriot, you have the glowing tunnel behind the secret door that you've discovered with a trapdoor spider behind said secret door. So, double secret door. All you can see from here is a slight bend in the tunnel and the glow beyond it. You could head back into the dungeon proper, or you could try this slightly downward direction. It is up to you.
I mean, I love a slight glow.
Yes, the crystal, or I'm assuming it's just a crystal making that glow, but I do like purples. The color of the past.
Sure, let's go see the color of the past. You first.
Nurgin will move forward.
All right. As you move forward, you find yourself turning around the bend to see a large, what appears to be painted in some sort of fluorescent purple color, a sign that says, "Welcome to the Gauntlet. Congratulations, you've found the shortcut." And you see
Nice.
next to it a picture of a grinning wizard with a very wild looking beard giving you a big thumbs up.
It
It's not a crystal.
No, it is the Gauntlet and a shortcut. I have a feeling that this will not be easy.
That could be fun.
It's going to be fun.
What
Indeed.
do we think it's a shortcut to?
The rest of the dungeon.
So when you say shortcut, that it just kind of implies that there's a set destination and like a long way to go. So like, what do we think that
Oh, it is not
if the destination is just more dungeon, then I guess I love a surprise gauntlet. I really do. I'm just wondering if we want to be throwing ourselves into things right after we just lost somebody to something we thought we could handle.
I mean, I've always found that the destination is not as important as the journey.
So by that logic, we want the longer journey, right? Because that's what's more important.
If you wish to take a longer way round, then I am here to aid you.
Is there like a door leading into the gauntlet? Like what is between us and this gauntlet right now?
Down ahead of you, you see what appears to be the open end of a pipe. It appears to lead into a fairly dark room, but you think you can see an alchemical light just behind the pipe in some sort of larger room.
I cast see invisibility at the end of last session, didn't I? Because
That sounds familiar.
I saw the sphere that Kuro currently
My
has
balloon.
under a blanket. Yes.
Dexel.
Dexel. Yes.
How long does it last? Lasts for an hour. Can I see anything that they can't?
With see invisibility, let's see. No. You can make a perception check while you're looking if you'd like.
That would seem sensible. The bad rolls have started again, everyone. That's a 9.
Looks like a room with an alchemical light at the end. Through a pipe.
Mm.
The question is, do we want to explore part of the dungeon that probably has never been explored and have all the stories we can learn from it? Or do we want to go into the dungeon that other people have explored? New and exciting, old and boring.
I feel like that's a really biased way of putting it, but
It
you
is a
you
weighted
catch my
question.
attention nonetheless.
I mean, new and exciting means riches and items that haven't been found and looted.
Or new ways to die that haven't been discovered.
True.
Both journeys of did discovery and potential enlightenment. Then.
Someone else decide. I don't want to. Even though it is my entourage, I will be a benevolent entourage leader and let you guys decide which way you want to go. Because I can't have all the fun here.
No, you will look back at Nantaris.
I shall confer with my companion. I'm going to crouch down and talk to Jebediah.
Alright.
Jebediah, what do you think? Oh, yeah, no, you're in agreement? He's in agreement. We should go on an adventure. Off we go.
Off we go.
Alright.
Is Jebediah just summoned permanently by what? I don't even remember what did that.
Don't know what did it. It was a flute.
Oh, the
Yes.
flute. It isn't like they disappear after an hour, like summon woodland beings or whatever.
No, we're going to carry an octopus in a bucket through the
Hey,
entire maze.
I'm here for it. I'm just curious.
Just asking.
Yeah, just asking. Asking for a friend, really.
Alright. So, as you go to walk through there first, Nurgan, let's see here. As you walk into that space, you feel suddenly the air grow thick around you. You feel as though you're almost in a liquid of some sort. And you find, from the view behind him, you all see as Nurgan just ceases to move and seems to be stuck where he is.
Oh, good.
What do you see, Nurgan?
You don't hear anything, and he doesn't say anything. Can you roll initiatives?
Let's go 24.
20.
20.
My dex mod is, well, my dex is 14.
16.
Beautiful. All right.
I think we may have made an error.
But it's completely your fault because it was completely your
No,
decision.
it's Jebediah's fault.
And
He told me to
Jebediah.
do
You
this.
two can share the guilt here. But the point is, it's not my fault.
At the start of the round, Kuro, as you see him kind of freeze in space, you could make a survival check, an arcana check, or if you have another knowledge you think could be applicable to a dungeoneering situation.
Survival's my best bet. Let's try that. 17?
Uh, it occurs to you that what you are probably looking at here is a stuffed into a cylindrical mold gelatinous cube holding your friend in place.
That's fun. So like a like he walked into the gelatinous cube.
Yes, it was completely
I see.
invisible, as gelatinous cubes actually are.
I thought he could see invisibility.
It's transparent without
Ah, I
breaking
see. Or
the
rather, I don't see.
yes, without breaking the perception
Transparent.
check to see it. He just missed it. It is see-through. Though now that you are in there, Nurgan, you can see a couple of bones and things floating past on occasion. Kuro, what would you like to do?
Well, we should probably do something about that. I don't want to blow all my spells on the first thing in this gauntlet, but it's fine. We'll just do an inflict wounds on it. I'll move around Mintaris if he'll allow me. And then I will cast inflict wounds. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 definitely hits.
Excellent. That will be 16 necrotic damage. Hopefully it doesn't also hurt Nurgan. I only just thought of that. That's fine. I'm not all that attached to him yet.
All right.
Am I just going to get 3 sessions with each character? Is that?
That's all you get. All right. It does not seem to affect your friend inside, or at least not visibly that you can see. It does, however, take your damage. So 16 points.
Correct.
All right. It's a little hard to see exactly what happens, but this sort of inky blackness seems to spread through the side of the transparency, like little curling tendrils of the loss of life you've inflicted upon it.
Excellent. There's no way I can like hide in this tube, is there? Not really. All right.
Not unless you want to go back up around the bend.
I don't really. I'll be done.
Okay. With that, I think it goes to Nintaris or Nurgan. Which of you had the? Okay, Nintaris.
I'm going to move back slightly.
Okay.
That's about...
It will take an attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
Okay. That will be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And you take 9 points of acid damage.
I am going to try and hit it with Eldritch Blast. Because... yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a natural 20.
Let's go.
Definitely hits. How much damage does a critical blast do? All right. Okay, you watch as a piece of this almost clear jello-like substance sloughs off to the side and kind of lands on the floor, forming a bit of a puddle, kind of melting into the questionable dirt around it.
I'm gonna move further back, now that I've already been hurt. There we go. That should be my movement.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. At the end of your term, Nurgan, can I have you make a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, you can. That is a 22.
You feel that the jelly around you is loose enough. You could slide through to the other side of it or slide out. Your choice.
I will slide through to the other side.
You all watch as your friend's feet through the other side of the jello, and there is a blurry, slightly obscured version of him on the other side.
I am then going to... I'm going to swing my glaive at it. That is a 14.
14 does hit.
And that is 13 slashing damage. Bonus actions. No bonus action spells. Probably look at that. That would be my go.
Okay, so you just slice off a piece of this jello mold, as it were. And then it comes to the gelatinous cube's turn. As you've just left it, it's going to attempt to reach out and smack you for that. With an 18 to hit.
That does hit me.
Okay. That is 10 points of acid damage.
I'm going to cast Absorb Elements. That means I'm resistant to acid damage. So I will take 5 damage. And my next melee attack will deal an extra d6 of acid damage. So I'm assuming this is resistant to, but we'll see.
Alright. Also on its turn, it will then move. 50% chance. It comes to visit Guro. Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
I can indeed. 19?
Very nice. You have a choice. The cube is moving there. You can move in front of it or behind it.
I'll get behind it.
All right.
I assume this is behind. But
Yes.
yeah, I want to go there.
It then occupies a little bit closer to the space that you were in as it just its way over there, still taking up the round tube.
Oh, let me just sneak past you there.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Unable to attain a meal, it comes back around to your turn as you slip past it.
Alrighty. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'll just... I'm still in melee range. Right?
Did it move out of my range?
I'm not worried about you.
I'm wondering whether I get an opportunity attack on it.
If
on
you're...
me?
Question. You're a bugbear, yes?
Oh, I am indeed, so it hasn't moved out of my reach.
It hasn't. I didn't do it on purpose either,
Yeah,
but I
no,
just
no,
realized
that's
it.
true. Yeah.
You got them long arms. Oh no. Sorry.
Correct.
Go ahead. Got arm problems over here.
Bro. I thought I could disengage as a bonus action, but I guess not. That might be just a Baldur's Gate thing. I will... Let's go with the Toll of the Dead. Can I get a wisdom saving throw ideally less than 14, please.
Well, as it has a wisdom in the single digits. Ooh. It rolled a 17, however, so 15 for the check.
Let me read if it's half. I think it just doesn't go off. I
You
think it's half.
attempt to toll the dead, and the reverberations
Yeah.
that would affect most creatures seem to just kind of wiggle it, a lot like Jello, as it maintains its form.
All right, that's a bummer, but that's all I can do.
All right. The end of your turn, we come to Nintaris again.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast again. $14.
Still hits.
Yes. And 14 points of damage.
All right. As another little bit of it seems to sizzle off. It looks to be only filling roughly half of the circle now from where it was previously. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
They are within range. Yeah, go on. Don't get the right page open. There we go. As my bonus action, I am going to look over at Nurgin and go, "Oh, come on, you can do this," and give him some bardic inspiration.
Huzzah.
So you have 1d6 for the next 10 minutes
Thank you very much.
on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws.
Lovely.
Amazing. Feeling inspired?
So my reach is 15 feet, just so we're all aware, because I have a glaive and I'm a bugbear, which may be the entire reason I did that, but I'd forgotten. So I'm going to move so I'm 15 feet away. And then I'm going to hit it. So 10 feet. I'm going to hit it again. That is a 26 to hit.
26 definitely hits.
And that is 12 slashing damage and 6 acid damage.
Amazing. It is now little more than a slightly crumbled jello puddle, but it is still moving.
And I think that is my go.
All right. On its turn, the gelatinous cube will strike out at the nearest thing to it. That would be Kuro, I do believe. However, 7 probably does not hit you.
Mm-mm.
It does, however, attempt to cover you in itself.
Gross.
Yeah. Would you like to make another dexterity saving throw?
Why not? 21.
Amazing. Yeah, you can actually just stay right there. It just has trouble getting in around you. You just move to the other side of where it is on this large circle. Right. And at the end of its turn, it does come back to your turn, as it is still there next to you, attempting to fill the space it no longer can.
I'll attempt another Toll the Dead. Why not?
All right,
Wisdom save, please.
you got it. Looking at a 14.
That's what it needs to beat, so it saves.
Meets it, beats it, yeah.
Yeah. Man, these things are smarter than I thought they were.
They're really not. It's just rolling really
Man,
well
I'm worse
for
at this
some
than I
reason.
thought I would. Oh, that's all I can do. Actually, I am going to bonus action. Wait, can I do that on a bonus action? Or do I have to wait until an action to actually do it? Never mind. I have to do it on action and then I can change it on a bonus action. Never mind.
All right.
I yield my time.
All right, as the Toll the Dead once more fails to shake this Jello being's inner core, and Antares, we come back to you.
I'm going to stay exactly where I am, and I'm going to Eldritch Blast it again. Because they've been somewhat effective.
It is the answer to a lot of things.
It is. It even makes doors. That's a
This is
24 to hit.
24 does hit.
12 points of force damage.
How would you like to dispatch this bowl full of Jello?
I'm gonna hit it with an Eldritch Blast enough that it starts to wobble like Jello, and wobbles and wobbles and wobbles, and then just goes and becomes a puddle.
There is now a clear puddle in the middle of the floor of where you stand.
It's a weird experience.
Were there any bits in it other than just bones? Like any bits of
Not that I
value?
not as I saw.
You could make an investigation check if you'd like to take a look.
Sure. 14?
Glancing through it, you see a couple of odds and ends, a few coins here and there. Looks like about 5 gold floating around. Mostly pocket change for an adventurer. But you also see
Take it.
a carrying case made of leather that appears to have the tops of 3 vials sticking out of it, with corks in the top.
I'll take the 5 gold and also pull out that case.
Okay.
5 gold is 5 gold. Can I open the case and see what the stuff inside is?
Sure. Opening it up, there is 3 vials, all with the same kind of dull green glow to them.
You guys know what these are?
May I have a closer look, and I will.
Yeah.
Can I have a look? See if I can determine what they are.
You could do an Arcana if you wanted, or something similar.
Is an 18.
You think you are looking at 3 very carefully packed flasks of alchemist's fire.
Oh, I'd be careful with them. Think it's alchemist fire.
Ooh. Well, then I suppose we should hang on to those. Those could be useful.
We'll
Who
have
wants to
them,
look after them?
have them ready to throw in case we encounter any more webbed layers.
Do you know if they can be damaged by cold at all? Like, since it's fire, like, would putting it in a cold place damage it?
I mean, that would seem. If you don't want to risk it, maybe we put them somewhere else.
All right, I do not put them in the bag of colding.
Okay.
But I don't know where I put them.
Just carry them.
Yeah.
Get yourself a burlap sack, tie it on the belt.
Little clutch bag of alchemical fire.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Perfect.
I bring like my little purse of fire.
Nergin's going to walk down to the glowing purple light and use mage hand to. Well, I'm going to investigate it first to see if I can see anything odd about it.
All right.
This is a 12.
Glancing at it, it appears to just be an alchemical light. You see a few different runes on the side that you would kind of take to be maybe something along the lines of controls, like you could turn it and it would change color.
Does it look easily detachable?
You could probably break it from its base, but it is about the size of a torch that one would stick in the ground, so it's sizable.
I'm going to try and use Mage Hand to pick it up and take it with us.
Okay. It weighs over 5 pounds, so your mage hand does not succeed.
That is a shame. Check something.
Any of you that are down near that open doorway standing, there is this sulfuric smell that is kind of leaching in from the other room nearest you.
Does it weigh over £10? Because that's Mage Hand, not £5. I'm assuming the answer is still yes, but
It is made of metal and other alchemical ingredients. It's not unhefty. It's probably around 15 pounds, if not more.
I wanted a cool, glowing purple light.
I mean, you could try to break just the light off the top if you want. You're not sure which part's alchemical, which part's magical, what.
No, I don't think Nurgin cares as much as I do.
All right.
What's that smell?
Probably nothing we want to be breathing.
Glancing into the room nearest to you, you can see that through the doorway there are more of that alchemical type light shining through, but amidst that, this lightly green swirling chemical smelling situation. You think you can see pipes farther into the room past it, but the whole room swirls with this green mist.
Are there any weird, conveniently placed jars that we can Mage Hand over the holes in the floor where this gas is coming out?
Unfortunately, Larian did not design this module. So, glancing in here, the only thing that you can make out are things kind of above the floor. There appears to be an open doorway down at the end, another alchemical light, and a few pipes that seem to extend beyond the room.
Can we see the valve?
Yes, you can see that there is a valve in there.
How much does I forget his name. Bartholomew I don't our octopus friend weigh? How much does he weigh? I can never remember his name for some reason.
Jebediah, isn't it?
Jebediah, yes. How much does Jebediah weigh?
I don't know.
Octopus? Maybe, I don't know,
Just
8.
quickly Googling the weight of an octopus now.
Up to 22 pounds is what an octopus can weigh.
I'd say he's about, I don't know, 8 pounds of octopus, roughly.
More than can be mage-handed.
8
We're
pounds
like-
is fine.
Well, can we ask him really nicely to turn the valve and then just set him on there?
I
Is
could
he
just-
loyal to you?
I could just use the Mage Hand to turn the valve.
Sure, if you're lame, I guess. Do it then.
You want me to levitate an octopus through a gas cloud?
I mean, he's been through a lot already. What's a little
Yeah.
more?
I'm just going to send the Mage Hand to try and turn the valve. Poor Jebediah.
All right. Can you roll me a just D100 real quick?
It's fun. Whoa, 100.
You turn it the right direction without issue. Very quickly, the smoke in the room seems to mostly dissipate. It at least lowers to the ground below you, so unless you go kind of low crawling through the room, you're not very likely to be breathing it. It does still smell pretty bad in here, but it doesn't appear to be in danger of entering your lungs in mass quantities.
It's the first time I've
I
ever rolled 100 on a D100.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
shall, shall we?
why not?
I think we should.
I'm just going to, out of habit, use my glaive to poke the floor about 5-10 feet in front of me as I go into the room.
All right.
I'm gonna hold my breath anyway.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
hold
breathing in any
Jebediah
residual
above my
fart.
head.
All right. Chippetai and the bucket on the head.
Yep.
Well, as you head inwards and poke downwards with your glaive, you do briefly encounter a floor tile that seems a little shifty.
I will, may not want to step there, everyone, and I will avoid it.
Right. It's just in the middle of the room, roughly here. So, if you just step around it, there is an open door past it. Glancing in that open doorway, you can make out the remnants of some more smoke, a lot of piping, tubing, what appears to be a river of, well, what looks like very murky water, but what now very clearly smells like sewage, flowing down the middle of the room. You can see that there is both a room at the other end of the door, but also a pipe large enough to traverse through next to it.
Well, it looks like we're in the sewers of Waterdeep.
This is a lot less fun and exciting as you said it was going to be in Antares.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Gauntlet does bring up the image of swinging axe blades and shoots and much more exciting things than sewage.
Wonder what this valve does.
I wouldn't touch it, just in case more sewage comes out.
Hmm.
Unless you're into that, then I'll hang out in the next room.
The pipe leads on from the one in the other room, and that stopped the gas. So I'm assuming if you turn that one, it will open the valve in this room of the same gas.
That would make sense.
Is this door open?
As you are glancing through what appears to be a wrought iron door, like with bars that you can see through, you see another large pipe across the room through the door, and you see what appears to be a large, mucky-looking golem with a... If you've ever seen those things that people clean their pools with, looks like a net, he is slowly dredging through a river of not great stuff in the middle of the room next to the room across from you.
It's a Golgothan. Good.
Do we want to go through that way to fight a golem of suspicious origin, or do we want to go through the tunnel?
How far can we see down the pipe?
Glancing down the pipe, you can see what appears to be a walkway of some sort on the other side of it. On the other side of the walkway, you can see is probably more of the same sewage, but glancing, you can just make out two iron doors on either side of the walkway.
Like, oh, there. Is this locked?
If you give it the handle a turn and a push, it is not locked.
Well, then there must be nothing too important over there because locked doors with important things behind it. I'll I'll just kind of poke my head through here, see what's. Oh, you said there were doors.
There are. They are wrought iron, so you can look through them once you're in front of them and see, through the angle.
Yeah, let's take a peek.
Glancing this way, you can see that there is a room also surrounded in wrought iron. A pipe that seems to extend outwards. And through this one, you can see some sort of a room with more alchemical lights, iron grating, and just a little walkway of said iron grating between what appears to be a large pool of sewage.
This place kind of
I
sucks.
It does, and I think I don't know. Where should we go?
Well, do we want
If we
to
go,
ways through or the big pipe here? Where's my pointer? Big pipe. Or
or there's this way.
are all the alchemical fire things the same color as the sign that said "Welcome to the Gauntlet"?
They all appear to be set to slightly different colors, a lot of greens, but a few purples here and there, some oranges. It's a little disco ball.
I was wondering if we needed to follow the lights, but now I'm seeing the lights aren't really.
I mean, there is logic
a
to the
pattern.
idea that the way would be falsely lit. I doubt that a gauntlet would be. They wouldn't light the correct path, would they? Although maybe they would want us to think that.
I've never been in a gauntlet before. I don't know how these things work.
No, you haven't lived. If we have time, I could cast the bones again.
We don't seem to be on a time crunch if you think the bones would be helpful. It's just the longer it takes, the longer we have to be smelling this stuff.
I'm
More airborne pathogens we might be.
I am a bugbear, my dear. My mother smelled worse than this.
It's quite a thing to say about your mother.
This is merely an observation. I am going to cast Augury as a ritual. And I'm going to ask the results of us following the lights through this gauntlet. And again, you can say weal for good, woe for bad, weal and woe for neither good nor bad, nothing if nothing. There's a 25% chance, because this is the second time I've cast it before a long rest, that the answer you give is just random.
Well, alright. Let me roll a D100 real quick. You sense a lack of any particular danger, non-danger, outcome, non-outcome from following the lights.
It appears that the lights are irrelevant to our success.
Right? Are either of these doors unlocked?
Giving them both a quick check. The one headed over towards where the sort of the area where the golem is unlocked. The one that Nantaris is nearest to is locked.
Well, there must be something good back there if they locked it.
That's what I would say.
May I attempt to pick the lock?
Yes,
Sure
you
can.
Thieves' tools.
Mm-hmm.
Sleight of hand. Oh, that was almost really good. 16.
It takes you a minute or two. The lock's a little rusty, but you manage to break a little bit of the rust off, and the door could creak open were you so inclined.
I'll check for traps first, because I haven't done a gauntlet before. I don't know what to expect.
That's fine. That's an investigation check.
14?
Glancing around, you don't see anything that resembles a trap. You can see the water and the walkway. You can see how that could be may be dangerous if somebody were to slip and fall, but it doesn't seem to be directly trapped in any way.
Oh, yeah. Mosey on in there. Take a look around.
Okay. Glancing into this rather large and expansive room, you see that it is lit with the same alchemical lights as otherwise. Directly across the room, you can see what appears to be a large doorway, gate, or opening. It is a large door-shaped opening that appears to have no handles or anything else, but has this giant keyhole, roughly the size of your head. In the middle of the room, you see what appears to be a pile of sewage, and directly on top of it is a glimmering chest full of gold and a comically oversized key.
That's a trap if I've ever seen one.
I don't know if you know much about my kind, but we are able to squeeze ourselves through some quite small openings. I could just try and get through the keyhole.
Or if you just get in there and just like jam your arms and your legs up in all the tumblers, that could open it.
Does it look like a small creature could fit through it? Or into the keyhole?
Possibly.
I can do that as a bugbear.
Uh-huh. You could sure try.
I think I might be suggesting that I turn myself into a living lockpick.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
I'm going to go down here.
I mean, we've got to walk round to it anyway.
Where's the chest again? Is it?
It is in the middle of the water.
Does the key look like it weighs less than 10 pounds?
No, it looks pretty hefty and probably expensive. Looks to be gold.
Okay, so we take Jebediah and we put him on the mage hand, right? And we lower him over the key.
So I'm going to lower Jebediah in the bucket into the sewage.
No, don't put him in there.
Oh.
Now I'm going
He's
to
in-
start caring
he's-
about him.
He's in a bucket. He's in a little boat.
I can nearly reach. I can reach 15 foot with my glaive. That's not far.
I measure it at about 20 feet.
Yeah. Get me 5 feet. I'm going to walk round and try and fit myself into a lock because I've never done that before and it sounds like fun.
Next art stream idea.
Trying to fit into a lock.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, as you go to attempt to wriggle your way through a lock, would you like to make a dexterity saving throw?
Remember, you have bardic inspiration.
I do, and I've also got portent. I think I'm going to use portent to make it a 17,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also going to roll the bardic inspiration.
Amazing. All right, you only take half damage as the spikes and crushing mechanisms inside of this thing, meant to break off thieves' tools, crush down upon your body as you begin to enter it. You all see a little bit of blood seep out of the hole where your companion's lower half is currently sticking out. You take 4 points of damage, piercing. I assume your legs spasm a little bit. It's kind of a funny scenario in my head.
Oh god, we lost another one.
Kuro, I think we're cursed.
I think I should have seen that coming, but you know, fair enough. I'm going
Better
to
you than my thieves' tools.
I'm going to scream and then pull myself very quickly out of the lock.
All right.
Oh, they thought of that.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Just some minor crushing damage.
So I guess we gotta try and get that key, huh? Or will the key just get crushed as soon as we put it in there? Like, is it all just a trap?
I'm thinking that there's probably a large, possibly tentacled creature in this water that if we don't, if we set foot in it or swim in it at all, we will get attacked. As I said, I can nearly reach it. If we can build a platform or something out from the edge that might get me close enough. Or we could just decide to fight the creature or fight whatever is in here guarding it.
We just throw something in the water to trigger the boss fight.
I'm going to lower Jebediah in his boat bucket.
No, he's been through enough. I know what I said, but now I'm all about octopus rights.
Into the sewage
Uh-huh.
and ask him to go and get the key for me.
Every 6 seconds, I'm going to cast Prestidigitation to clean the water around him, to give him a clean breath every 6 seconds.
Yeah, because
'Cause I'm not a monster.
and because when you put a cup full of water into more water, what happens is the cup sinks. So Jebediah kind of has a bucket, but he's really just floating along the top of some slightly cleaned sewage. Maybe not having the best of times. Would you like to roll me a d20 for him to just kind of try to stay afloat and go where he thinks you want him to go?
16.
All right. You watch as he reaches kind of the mound of really gross looking stuff that the chest is sitting on top of. And little tentacled arms flop up over the edge of it, and it's no amount of prestidigitation can save what is happening to his tentacles right now, as
Oh,
he
God.
is covered with this kind of mucky goo by the time he reaches the top. As he reaches up and his little oily tentacle grasps around the giant key and he goes to pull it off, the mound beneath him shifts. And you all watch as this mound sprouts not quite tentacles so much as just gooey appendages out from the sides of it.
I told you so. That's the right phrase, yes?
Yes.
Would you like to roll initiatives?
To fight a sewer mound.
It's like a shambling mound.
22.
8.
I'm so not used to this after playing Regal.
11.
All right. Okay. As it rises up out of the water, it's strangely glistening and kind of gross looking bits flailing about. Kuro, you are up first. The water around your feet near the grating is kind of splashing up as this thing comes out, so the situation overall has grown unpleasant very quickly.
All right, I will attempt to shoot it with a guiding bolt. Does
Absolutely.
a 8 hit?
An 8 does not hit, unfortunately.
Bummer. That's all I can do right now. So be very upset about the sewage.
All right. Well, as you are upset about the various splashings around your feet, Nurgen the Mad, you, with your reach, are looking at something that is within range for you to hit, should you want to, vaguely. It's kind of close. You are just out of reach.
Yeah, I need to get up. I need to get up here to be able to hit it.
Oh, you don't want to go
So-
swimming?
Definitely not.
Oh, okay.
here's where making a melee mage is going to bite me because I could do that. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver. Makes an intelligence saving throw, DC 15.
Intelligence saving throw.
I'm assuming that a pile of excrement is not very intelligent.
One wouldn't think. You were looking at a 10.
Lovely. It is going to take 2d6 psychic damage. Find my cursor.
It doesn't have much psychic damage to take.
Yeah.
There's no brain in there.
That is 6 psychic damage, and then I'm going to kind of move round to about here. And that will be my turn.
All right. It takes your psychic damage with, you're not quite sure what it would look like if it were to bleed from the nose, so an unknown amount of damage for it. Which brings us to Nintaris. Nintaris, there is a pile of something in front of you that has your octopus on its back. Jebediah desperately clings on to the chest that seems to be mounted on it.
What am I gonna do? I am within range. Yes. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
On a 17 to hit.
17 definitely hits.
And it's gonna take 20 points of lightning damage.
Can you make a perception check for me, Nintaris? Actually, could I have everyone make a perception check real quick?
That is
23.
natural 20 for a 27.
So, Nintaris may not notice, but everyone else does. It seems like the lightning heals it.
Oh.
Don't do that again.
Don't do what? There is a bolt of energy attaching me to it.
I think it likes it.
I'd cut that.
Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
It was a decent sized heal as well.
No, I will. No, I'll finish my turn at that point. Right. Hearing what Nurgan has said, I'm going to use my movement, 35 feet, to go here, which means I'm now outside of the 30 feet range of Witch Bolt, which would sever the connection.
Amazing. So
One way
you
to do
just
it.
cut that right off. All right. Well, as it rolls around to the Sewer Mountain's turn, it's probably pretty happy with its existence. Let's see, we have not a lot of movement. Kuro, it stops just short of being able to reach you as it moves
Good.
its way towards you. You can see its tentacles kind of reaching out, but they're very stubby little things, so they don't quite get all the way to you. Yep. It stops just short of you, and then it moves up next to you, but it seems to lack the action to be able to attack you.
I don't want it near me.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant smell or thing to be next to, but it is your turn if you would like to do anything about
Yeah.
that.
I am going to use my action to invoke duplicity.
Very nice.
It appears within 30 feet of me. I'll just have it right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a bonus action, I'm just gonna have it run one way and I'm going to run the other way. My
There.
full movement
All right.
is 30 feet, and then trying to see what the thing is for it attacking. Or I suppose I don't know how it would decide which one it would attack. But
Is it like a 50% chance, perhaps?
it makes sense.
Would
It sounds like good math to me.
All right. Would you like a high or low with that?
I'll go high.
All right. That is 44. So, unfortunately, I think that's you. Lost the coin flip, as it were. Let's see, Shambling
Well.
Mound.
Do I still make it over here, or do I get stopped when I get hit?
You probably do make it over there. It depends on how much this hurts you. That's a natural 20 to hit for 27.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Mm-hmm. And then we are looking at 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm okay.
Okay. You do make it over there, but you do feel this awkwardly wet whip towards your back from one of the tentacles.
I hate it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right, that'll be all for me.
Amazing. After your turn, we return to Nurgan the Mad.
It's gone the wrong way. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to do that, and I keep forgetting that I've got the sneaky trait, so I should have done more damage to it last turn, but never mind. Am I within range of Sliver? Yes. So I'm going to do Mind Sliver, so another intelligence saving throw.
One intelligent mound coming up. That is a 13.
It fails, and it will take 6 points of psychic damage.
You got it.
That is all I can do.
All right. With 6 points of psychic damage to the mound, we return to Nintaris. Jebediah is stringing along behind this thing, just kind of with it, holding onto the box. It doesn't seem to have noticed him, you think possibly because he is just a small octopus.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast it, because if lightning doesn't work, force damage might. On a 15.
A 15 does hit.
I will do 14 points of force damage, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna chuck a healing word over at Kuro.
All right.
Thank you.
So
Which
you get-
Kuro?
You. Actually, that's a good point. Which one?
I will leap.
There is only one within range.
So, that is true.
If I see you looking at me, I'll go, oh wait, no, I don't want to give it away to the sewer mound. I'll sneaky go, I'm the real one.
It's me right here. There's a Kuro moving hands near you, pointing
Which
to
I don't
themselves.
know if my duplicate also just copies everything I do, so they're also going like this.
I hope so, but that other duplicate is out of range, if that matters to you, Nentars.
Having just seen two Kuros, I'm gonna. I'm gonna aim at the one nearest me because it's within range.
Good choice.
I don't know if it's the right one or not though. So you get 6 points of
Thank you.
healing.
Amazing.
You were looking for a damage type then, weren't you?
6 points of.
Well, it's come up as healing word damage 6. I'm like, no, healing.
Maybe, depending on who you're healing, it could be. Does that end your turn, Nentars?
Yeah.
Alright. On the Shambling Mound's turn, it will make its way downtown slightly and visit these two. It does attempt to hit your duplicate, which I don't suppose matters too awful much. How much? Let's see here. For a 10, so it actually misses your duplicate.
Excellent, excellent.
Right. And it does a 22 hit on the second strike towards the duplicate.
Yep, that'll hit.
Amazing. And 11 points of damage for the duplicate.
What was that? I assume it just disappears. Or
I'm not sure on.
or it goes
duplicates.
through it. I don't.
Probably goes through it. It might not be intelligent enough for that to matter. I don't remember
An
if
illusion. It doesn't say anything about it having hit points or anything. So I think it would just go through it.
works for me. It expends its attacks on the not real Kuro while the real Kuro's turn comes up.
Nice. I will attempt to shoot it again with another good old. Actually, I probably should save that spell slot, so I will shoot it with my crossbow instead.
All right.
For a 17.
17 does hit.
Excellent. Do I get? Oh, never mind. It's too late. I'll think of it next time. That will be 15 piercing damage.
Amazing. All right. With the crossbow bolt that sinks and disappears slightly into the mucky bits, there is an indentation left over, so you do feel like you've done some damage.
All right, I'll take it. That'll be all for me.
All right. Back to Nurgan.
Now that Nogan is in range, he is going to hit it with his glaive. That is a crit.
Very nice.
And rolled a 1 on the other damage, so that is only 11 points of damage.
All right.
I'm then going to move, so I am 15 feet away. There.
All right. All right, taking a little bit more damage if that ends your turn. That brings us to Nintaris.
I am going to move 35 foot which gets me to here.
Mm-hmm.
Just in range. How big is the sewer mound?
It looks like it's a large-sized individual.
I'm going to do Cloud of Daggers right in the middle of it. It takes up a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
The area is spilled with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose. So I'm centering it on just in front of, so I'm not getting Jebediah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to draw a little square next to him. I'm like, a little 5 foot area. All right, centering it on the sewer mound, there is a cloud of daggers.
And it takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Amazing. And it will be starting its turn there if that is the end of yours.
Yeah, that is the end of mine.
Amazing. And as it starts its turn there, would you like to roll damage?
Ten
Awesome.
points of slashing damage.
All right, as the cloud of daggers now flies around the sewer mound, let's see here. It will make another attack against the duplicate, as it is stupid, but first I'm going to give it an intelligence saving throw to make sure it does. Yeah, it does. Let's see here. Oh, so it was rough. I think you hit it in the brain last time.
Nice.
Yeah. It would definitely hit the duplicate, but
It'll go through.
yeah, it just flies through it, and yeah, it still does not realize that it does that. So Kuro, it is your turn.
Do I get advantage because or no, there's only one thing if Nurgan moved away. Never mind. Bummer. Am I able to kind of like hide in this corner here
You
for sneak
could
attack purposes?
you could certainly try. You're not sure where its eyes are or what it can see. That corner is
fair.
pretty well lit by an alchemical thing, but if you were so inclined, you could definitely hide in the sewer water. It's not very see-through.
I'll just shoot with normal.
Okay.
I'll just normal shoot it. I'm not touching that water. 19.
19 does hit. Not worth.
Not worth the sneak attack damage.
That's a rarity.
13.
All right, 13 points.
These are nice
damage.
clothes. I'm not getting them.
Oh dear. All right. As you shoot another crossbow bolt into it, you watch as a good chunk of it seems to slide off, and it diminishes just slightly in its overall damp form.
Good, excellent.
Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Nope, that's good.
Amazing. Nurgan, we come back around to you as part of this thing sloughs off.
Good. I'm going to do the same thing again. Oh, it's only an 11.
An 11, unfortunately, does not hit.
Ooh. In which case... that's my turn then.
All right. The end of your turn, we come once again to Nintaris. Over with the real Kuro, maybe.
Gonna move down to here, which is about 30 foot of movement.
Mm-hmm.
So the Cloud of Daggers is here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hold an Eldritch Blast for if it moves towards me. So if it moves away from the cloud of daggers.
Okay.
So I'll hold that, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Well, at the end of your turn, it is its turn, as it is still within the cloud of daggers before it decides which way it would like to move. Would you like to roll some damage?
10 again.
Amazing. As this thing continues to be damaged, it will make a move. Where does it move to? It makes its way over towards Nurgan, the man with the stick. And it will attempt to take 2 strikes against you with its tentacle type things with a 19 and a 16.
The 19 will hit. The 16, I'm going to cast Shield.
Amazing. That is 17 points of damage.
It's a lot of damage.
It is. Well, at the end of its turn, it becomes Kuro's once more.
Nice. If I use my bonus action to move my duplicate over here,
Mm-hmm.
would it be like, would I get advantage off of flanking? Is that how flanking works?
That might be a questionable one, but I will let it happen if it's allowed to happen for NPCs too.
Ooh, I don't like that.
It's not a threat. It's just a
It
general
sounded
statement.
like a threat. It sounded very threat-like.
I'm sorry.
I'll just normal shoot it.
That's fair.
14?
14 just misses.
Bummer. Well, I tried.
Okay.
That was all.
As an arrow whizzes past it, it becomes Nurgan's turn.
I am going to cast. Just check this does what I think it does. Ooh. Does this thing have eyes?
Not that you can see.
Okay, I'm not going to do that then. I'm going to. Oh, I'm just going to attack it. A dirty 20
Dirty 20 hits.
and 13 points of slashing damage.
You've got it.
Move.
Say another slice peels off of it. Are you going to try and move?
Yes, I think I am. I think I'm going to try and come down here.
It's definitely going to try and smack you. With the 24.
That's really bad. That hits.
For 9 points of damage.
Oh, that's so close.
But you're still up, right?
I am still up.
Amazing.
Bye. Oh.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn after you move?
No, I'm alright.
Amazing. Nintaris, you watch as Nurgan gets slapped on the way out there.
I'm going to move 35 foot to here.
Mm-hmm.
And fire an Eldritch Blast at the sewer mound
You got it.
on an 18.
Does hit.
It takes 13 points of force damage and, having reread my character sheet, is pushed 10 foot away from me.
Well, look at that. All right, 10 foot directly away from you. So, there. There you go. Jebediah flies off of his back and lands in the water.
Oh no.
Just dragged down to the bottom by the weight of the key.
Ah!
And I'm going to throw a bonus action healing word at Nurgen.
Very nice.
That is 8 points for you, Nurgen,
It's nice, thank you.
because I learned from Lithvaki.
As it becomes the sewer mound's turn, who would like to take high or low for Jebediah versus the duplicity for a target?
Nentaris, this was your plan.
I don't want this to be my fault.
I'm going to go low.
All right. You're probably not able to see my roll, and that's really tragic. It's 78. So, give me a second to figure out what Jebediah's,
He has an AC of 12 and 3 hit points.
amazing. All right.
Because I have him on my character sheets.
He's got the same AC as me, so you know.
Oh, we might lose a friend here in a second. All right.
Again.
I'm sorry, losing the random octopus we got is not the same as losing a character.
He's been around as long as you were.
He has actually.
You watch as one of the tentacles comes down on top of Jebediah, and he disappears beneath the sewage.
Oh God.
With that, it is back to Kuro's turn. Kuro, the octopus has disappeared.
A single tear falls for the octopus. Well, since other people are healing, I don't necessarily need to save this spell slot anymore. So I'll go ahead and guiding bolt at it,
All right.
at the sewer mound. For a dirty 20.
Definitely hits.
So that's 12 radiant damage. And then the next attack roll has advantage.
Amazing.
It's glittering a little with godlight until then.
A little bit of
There's a joke
Gold
about
glitter.
polishing a turd there.
It is a very sparkly sewer mound. So
Just doing what I can.
it looks much nicer than it did. Is that the end of your turn, Kuro?
Yes.
Amazing. Nurgen, it is your turn.
To try and avenge the death of the presumed death of our octopus friend. Let's come up here. And I'm going to attempt to hit it with my glaive with advantage. It is a 22.
22 definitely hits.
And, well, only 6 damage.
All right. Though you cut off another large chunk of it, it is still standing.
And I'm going to then kind of stand behind the duplicate.
Fair enough. Nentaris. The look of horror. Just
Jebediah.
there's some bubbles in that area. I mean, it's
What I want to do versus what Nentaris would do are very different things.
That's fair. Sometimes it happens that way.
Dive in.
I'm gonna. This is gonna go so badly.
But will it be funny?
I'm gonna pull the flute out, jump
Okay.
into the water, and play the flute.
Okay. You are all impressed, concerned, confused, as out of the flute, let me roll my D100. Alright then. Out of the flute comes a roughly 6-foot long tiger shark.
Casual, yeah.
Yup. You could attempt to ask it to do something, depending on what you're trying to do. You are underwater, so that could,
I'm going to ask it to attack the sewer mound.
Alright. One reef shark. Attacking a mound of something it probably should not eat, with its mouth. Oh, this thing's gonna have such a very short, very sad life. Alright, you watch as a bit of even cloudier sewage water appears around the shambling mound. It is still standing, but it does appear to have been damaged, and the shark looks to be in distress. Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
I would like to get back out of the sewage.
Alright, you clamber your way back up onto the little edge there.
I think, Nintaris, you need to multi-class into Artificer so you can build portable tanks for these various creatures you keep torturing into existence.
It's not a bad idea. Also, my armor is still pristinely clean.
As it becomes the shambling mound's turn, you watch as it grabs a hold of a shark and shoves it into its mouth.
Oh,
It disappears down the gullet.
Oh.
And then it moves down here. That brings us back around to Kuro's turn.
alrighty. There's just so much death to see life happening. I'll just shoot it with my crossbow. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Sick. I'm going to do 13 piercing damage. Oh, sorry, that was 7. I didn't realize it's been adding sneak attack damage on top of things.
It's
And
okay.
I only just noticed it right now, so 7.
It's all
And I
good.
might have been cheating earlier.
It happens. With 7 being the exact amount of hit points it has left, how would you like
Okay.
to finish the sewer mound?
I'll say this is for Jebediah and then shoot it.
You watch as it mostly sinks into the sewage, leaving the treasure chest sitting just above the edge of the very murky water. Things quiet down and only a few bubbles from further out in the sewage are existent.
Are those few bubbles where Jebediah went down?
Looks to be roughly so.
I'm gonna swim out to them,
Oh.
and I'd like to search for Jebediah.
What if he's happier there?
He's
in the
not.
water?
Would you like
don't-
to make a perception check? See if you can find him in this murky water.
17.
Okay. Reaching out, feeling around, you eventually grab a hold of a tentacle. Slimy, the little suction cups sticking to your hand just ever so slightly. You don't know how many failed death saving throws this octopus is on, but he's very limp
Oh.
as
I'm
you
gonna-
lift him from the sewage.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Oh, so you saved the octopus.
In a dramatic moment, as Jebediah rises from the slime with Nantaris, cradling him carefully, and he reaches over and casts Healing Word. You watch as Jebediah wriggles his way back to life, tentacles wiggling around as he slowly takes in his new, less smelly surroundings, and you realize you don't have clean water in the bucket.
Nurgen, could you clean this bucket of water, please?
I will cast prestidigitation on the bucket.
Could you maybe clean me as well, please?
No.
Please. I have to stand next to him.
Fine.
Thank you.
I will spend a minute casting repeatedly until he is clean.
Amazing.
But I'm soiling his underwear.
Fair enough. For some reason, it's uncomfortable in the underlayers. In any case, you have before you an open chest that appears to be full of, well, quite a few various bits of treasure and whatnot, but also a comically oversized key.
I'm going to use my extra reach to not get close to the disgusting stuff and search through and lift up the prize.
Okay. You can lift up the key without an issue. There appears to be a fair amount of loose coins and gems in the chest proper.
Take that and put it on the walkway.
Okay. You can just lift the chest over by the handle, being careful not to spill it. Set it down on the walkway. It makes a pretty heavy thunk as it sets down.
How much money does it look like there is in there?
If you had to make a quick guess at it, could be close to 1,000 gold floating around between the gems and bits of gold.
All right, I'll go get dirty for that. I'll go collect what I can.
I've put it on the side.
Oh, I thought you just moved the key.
No,
Okay.
no, I picked the chest up.
The
I
bottom,
get all up in there.
yeah, the bottom of the chest is definitely gross, but the inside of it seems to be mostly fine. Just gold coins, various bits of gems, that giant gold key.
Yeah, let's get all up in there. See what we can collect.
Okay. You can take about 5 minutes to scoop out the various coins into bags, if you'd like. They mostly appear to
where to
be
be.
coins. The only thing you see not of coinage is gems, the key, and what appears to be a tiara of some sort. Kind of silver gold intertwined situation with some pearl drops.
Could I have a look at the tiara, please?
Sure.
I would like to ritually cast Identify.
Okay. You are looking at a tiara of intellect. It would provide someone a boost to their intellect stat by 2 points.
Don't put it on the octopus. We're making a mistake.
Put it on the octopus, put it on the octopus.
But what would happen if we put it on Jeff?
Who needs intelligence more? Us? Or the octopus?
I am already. I mean, my intelligence is what gives me my skills and abilities.
Do you want the fancy tiara and me and Kuro can split the gold and the gems?
Just to check mechanically,
Mhm.
does it increase your intelligence or does it raise it to a certain level?
Mechanically, it increases your intelligence. It is not it's not the specific item that's floating around with 5e. It's just an item.
I think that is a fair trade.
Fine by me?
I have no need for intellect.
Clearly,
I think I'm plenty smart already.
you dived twice into a pit of sewage.
Once
And
I
I didn't.
summoned
That's
a
how
shark.
I know I'm smart.
Yes, and I now have Jebediah back.
Well, that is true.
I've already lost one friend. I don't want to lose another on this trip. And if that's Jebediah the octopus, it's Jebediah the octopus.
So how much are we splitting? I already forgot.
About 1,000 gold worth of coins and gems. You don't know how much the tiara is worth offhand, or the gold key.
Do you want predominantly gems or coin, Guro?
It doesn't matter to me.
Then just
Whatever is easiest for
even
the
split?
DM.
You, unless you need a specific type of gem for casting anything,
I don't.
just general gems. So, you are welcome to just write them down as gems in general. They won't count as diamonds if you're looking to resurrect somebody, but otherwise they could be usable for any
How
gem-like
much
applications.
How much of it is gems? I already have an item in my inventory that says 10 gold piece worth of gems, so I'll just add on to that.
Very cool. Appears to be about 250 pieces, roughly.
All right. I'll take the gems and then you can take the gold, unless you have use for them. You cast with gems?
Don't have anything that I need gems for to cast with at present.
Okay, well, let me know if you do.
You divide up your gems, various gold coins and bits, leaving yourselves with one of you with a very fancy tiara and one of you with a giant gold coin about the length of your arm.
Suppose we should try this thing, huh?
I think we should.
Do I need to do anything with this tiara apart? Can I just put it on?
If you put it on and wear it for about an hour and attune to it.
It needs to be attuned. Cool.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Let's go and look at the door.
Okay. You're looking at a well-made iron door with a singular keyhole in the middle of it that you watched your friend try to crawl inside of.
Nergin, do you want to do the honors and open the door that you got stabbed in?
Why not? And I'll take the key and I will put it in the lock
Okay.
and attempt to turn it.
As you turn it, there is a loud sort of mechanical noise, and you watch as lettering lights up along the top of the archway of the door, and it says, "Welcome to Level 2." The door opens, and you see a long stairway downward that appears to descend into thick cobwebs. I think that's
Ready for more spiders?
Yep, that's where we'll pick back up next week. More spiders.
Alchemicus fire, just all three of them down.
Perfect.
Let me grab my clutch.
We just took it down there. It'll be fine. Well, Jebediah is alive, and with that, you all also level up before next time if you could.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's always exciting. And new magic items.
Question
Woo.
for the DM.
Answers.
I'm planning on leveling up into Warlock and doing Pact of the Familiar,
Uh-huh.
as I already have an octopus.
Yeah, you can have Jebediah as a familiar. I'm fine with that.
Yes.
You two have been through some stuff together. You've bonded.
It's gonna be even more devastating when he dies now.
No, because I can bring him back now,
Oh, okay.
Nice.
and I can change his form so he's not constantly suffocating.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm glad that Jebediah will soon no longer suffer and not in the fashion of just losing him. With that, I think we'll see everybody next week.
Wonderful. That was good. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.